Everybody knows my number one most anticipated movie of the year is going to be Deadpool 3. I'm not saying it's going to be the best movie of the year. I'm just saying that's the one I am looking forward to the most. Ever since they made the announcement that they were finally going to be doing it, it's in the MCU, and the coup of all coups. They got Hugh Jackman to come out of retirement as Wolverine to appear in the film as the knucklehead himself. Cannot wait. Now, the production's been a bit of an adventure. They got things rolling. It got staggered, of course, because of the strikes. They finally got back to shooting. Well, today, Deadpool himself, the Merc with the Mouth, Ryan Reynolds, good Canadian kid, put out on social media that it's done. For some reason, he thought it was important to commemorate the event with a close-up shot of his package, which not a lot of Americans know is a Canadian custom. A picture of your own package is a symbolic gesture of completion. I'm making this up. Totally making it up, though. Basically saying in his post that production is now done. They're wrapped, and he says, we'll see you on July 20th. So, we are now in January, so like March, April, May, June, July. We're 5 months away. But I got one big question. Now, first of all, Rob, you know what I'm going to say. This is the tangibilization. It's done. It's real. Now, I'm sure they're still doing post-production work on it, but yeah, all the shooting is now done. Hugh Jackman's workouts are finished. And, of course, the big question that I have now, because of something you brought up, we are about 3 months away from CinemaCon. Now, CinemaCon in April is still going to be May, June. It's still going to be 3 full months away.
Yeah.
From Deadpool debuting in cinemas, which is a little far for a normal CinemaCon screening. But you mentioned that you believe that Disney is going to show Deadpool 3 at CinemaCon. Now, of course, this isn't a normal situation. Not like they just finished production now and now post-production starts. They've been doing post-production on this movie for a long time.
All through the strike.
And all through the months-long strikes and all that kind of stuff. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. On average, it takes about 30 days for a person to break their New Year's resolution. So if saving money was on your 2024 list, your odds aren't looking that great. Luckily, I have a 100% guaranteed way to save you money this year. Just switch to Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for $15 a month. I've told you guys many times that after switching to Mint Mobile, I am spending less than a third on my cell bill than I used to with a major carrier. Say goodbye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. All Mint plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And don't worry about having to change phones or numbers. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. So guys, to get this new customer offer and your new 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bills to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. So here's my question. Number one, just quick thoughts about the production of Deadpool 3 finally being done. And number two, do you still think they could have a version of this movie ready to show at CinemaCon in April?
Well, first of all, I think it's great that they're done and that they've commemorated the because obviously, like you, I'm really excited. I don't even see this as an MCU movie. I see this as sort of the coda to the entire Fox X-Men franchise. You know, and like I was even asking you the question the other day, is this movie going to start with the 20th Century Fox logo?
Yeah, we were talking about that on
camera.
And
we see the destroyed logo. We've seen it in behind the scenes photos, so maybe that's how the movie opens or something. I don't know. And maybe we'll get the MCU logo at the end or something. I have no idea. But I'm very excited to see this film. I think, you know, we've seen what Sean Levy and Ryan Reynolds do when they team up together. They did the Adam Project. They did the Free Guy together. Their humor, wildly entertaining. Hugh Jackman, obviously this is a long time coming. I think everything about this movie is fan thinking. I mean, they're giving the fan base exactly what we've always wanted, I think. And I can't think of another movie. Just the thought of this movie makes me smile. It just makes me smile. And I love that it got made. To be honest, John, it's shocking to think that this movie did get made because they haven't done anything with the X-Men. They haven't announced anything with the X-Men. And this is essentially a de facto X-Men mutant movie. And who knows what's going to happen in this movie? I'm sure whatever happens is bonkers. But as whether or not they're going to show it at CinemaCon, if they were just stopping production now, I would say no. But because of the strike, during the strike, they could continue on with editorial.
4 months of post-production.
Yeah, whatever they had shot up to that in
visual
anticipation.
effects, editing,
all
sound,
of it,
music.
all of it. So, and you know, studio movies, they want to finish movies in advance because they have to subtitle and dub movies for the international marketplace. So I would imagine much of the production, because this is just after the holidays. So I would imagine that much of the production on this film probably was completed before they had to stop for the strike. So
listen, we as movie fans, we have a tendency, I've heard from time to time, to maybe blow things out of proportion. Maybe a little bit. Maybe movie fans do that a little bit.
no.
But let me ask you this, though, right now. With the announcement of Deadpool 3 being now complete, we've talked a little bit here and there with the state of the MCU currently, the fact that in the entire calendar year of 2024, the only MCU thing coming to theaters is Deadpool 3. How important is this movie? And more specifically, how important is it that this movie is good for the MCU at this point?
John, I think it's imperative that this movie's good. Because the other two big high profile projects, we've got Daredevil, completely retooled.
Yeah.
Change the whole thing. Captain America, Brave New World, completely retooled. They hired a new writer.
Yeah.
Which after a film is totally complete, they look at a movie, they realize it doesn't work. I mean, kudos to them for soldiering on and making sure that the movie's made better.
Again, something Kevin Feige wouldn't have had the authority to do if Bob Chapek was still the CEO at Disney.
100%. And I think that these three things, Deadpool 3, Daredevil Born Again, and Captain America Brave New World, they have to all three be great. They have to be great. Because these three projects need to restore the luster to one of the great franchise brands ever in the history of Hollywood. I mean, they've got to, the Captain America film franchise, 3 movies in a row of box office that just went straight up. You know, and I understand that and people generally consider Captain America the Winter Soldier to be the best of the single MCU movies, maybe outside Avengers films. And I think
still lean towards Civil War, but Winter Soldier is
But Civil War is like
insanely
Avengers
good.
2.0.
In a way.
Whereas Winter Soldier was really a Captain America story. And I really like Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, the Falcon turned Captain America. I have really high hopes for the movie, just like I did for the other Captain America films. But this film is not only going to, I think, restore the theatrical luster to the MCU brand, but I think that it's going to be a crowd pleaser. I think it's going to have people going back. I think people are going to have a lot of fun with this movie. I just hope it doesn't go too far into the silliness.
Well, and again,
the Deadpool movies have done a good job not doing that.
Because you can go really into silly if you make sure your silly is worth it.
Right.
And you make sure that silly has a payoff and makes the audience laugh and not roll their eyes like they did in Thor: Love and Thunder, right? I would say this. I would say I'm very, very close to your opinion. I think it's absolutely no pressure, Ryan. It is absolutely essential that Deadpool crushes it. Because if the audience goes, you couldn't even do Deadpool right? I think the MCU could be in a lot of trouble. Now, I don't think all 3 of those upcoming projects have to nail it. I think Deadpool 3, essential.
Yeah.
Then I think if just one of the 2 remaining ones, like on the Disney Plus side, Daredevil Born Again, on the theatrical side, Captain America 4, I think if they can really crush 2 out of the next 3, Deadpool being one of the essential ones, and then one of the remaining 2, I think they will be in a much healthier position going into 2025 for this new era of the MCU. But God help them if Deadpool 3 disappoints and then say,
That never disappoints. Come on.
I mean, in Ryan, I trust. If there's a Canadian at the wheel, you're in good hands. But heaven help them then if like Daredevil Born Again also disappoints. They'll be in trouble. But they can position themselves. They've got an opportunity here, Rob. An opportunity to right this ship going into 2025.
I only hope, John, that they don't, because it's Disney, that they don't have to water down the humor. Because both Deadpool 1 and 2 have some pretty bawdy, edgy, funny stuff in them. And it will be very apparent if they have to pull back from that.
Prior to Deadpool coming in to the MCU network, could you imagine an MCU movie having an International Women's Day joke? No. And now, listen, Ryan Reynolds and his writers have said they've never given us any notes. They've said, at least publicly, we'll find out if this is true or not, they have claimed that Disney has given them carte blanche. Whatever you want to do, go for it.
That's one thing to say that until they see it. And then it's like, wait a minute. But I'm curious because the first Deadpool made $750 million on a, $65 million spend, very profitable. Deadpool 2 also made 800 plus. I could see this movie. I mean, this could be $1 billion film.
I think it as long as it's not bad.
As long as it's not bad. It could be $1 billion film. And if that's the case, the luster is back. And I don't think that the MCU could be making another movie that has more audience goodwill than this does.
Yep.
We all want it. I mean, we're all fingers crossed. It puts a smile on our face just thinking about it. We want this movie to be great, and it's theirs to lose us.
Yep. 100%. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.